Hello, thrifters. I guess when I get in the car here lately, I get contemplative and come up with things to talk about and ideas that I think should be shared. So here we are with yet another one. And it's all about mindset and how you work against yourself in a way. And what I mean by that is when you're thrifting, you've got to have rules that you live by, are guided by. For instance, a big one that people talk about all the time is how much money do you want to make when you make a buy, right? Do you want to make a percentage, like you want to make at least 20% or 30% off of what you pay for it, or 100% or 1,000%, or is it a dollar amount? And I always go with a dollar amount because the percentage seems kind of silly, because let's say I get 100% markup on something, but I paid 50 cents for it. Okay, sold it for a dollar after fees and everything, I make like, I don't know, 30 or 40 cents. That's totally not worth it. So the percentage thing doesn't really work for me. So I go with a dollar amount. And I settle around 40 or 50. But that's a separate conversation. Because the two things that I want to talk about, the other two rules that I think are important are don't buy just to buy. And what does that mean? That means don't buy something just because you feel like you haven't bought anything in a while, or it's kind of cool and you think you can flip it for some money. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've been out 5 days now to my usual haunts, and I have found nothing. That's not entirely true. I found some things I could buy that would maybe make $5, but I'm like, no, that's just not worth it. Don't buy just to be buying, right? Because it takes time to list everything. So you get frustrated. I'm like, oh my gosh, thrifting is over with. Never going to find anything good again. It's over. Reselling is dead. I can't find anything. It's been 5 days. Sky is falling. I better buy whatever I can. So that's the mindset you have to work against, right? And I think it's just because it's here I'm in the Pacific Northwest outside Seattle. It's spring. It started getting nice. So I just think people are decluttering less. They're going outside and they're not taking stuff to the thrift stores. So there's nothing to find. So don't buy just to buy. And it can be a mind game. You've got to keep that in mind. And then the other rule that I had to engage here is profits, not projects. Meaning, don't buy things because, I can fix that up. I can make it better. I can improve it. I can put time into it to make it eventually sell for some money. And I think it was Harry Tornado that I first heard that from. And it resonated with me because I had, when I first started doing reselling, all sorts of projects because I was fixing up printers like a crazy man. I had like 25 printers in my garage at one point, and I was, degunking print heads and replacing parts and swapping parts off of one and putting them into another, and all sorts of stuff, all sorts of time. And I was making money on them, but no, it's not worth it. It's better off searching for something new and listing something else. So profits, not projects. And the reason I say that is because I was in Vinny's and they had a Sony Handycam High 8. I love those things. The Sonys that are silver bodied, not the black ones, they can go for up to $250, depending on what you have with them. And you can usually get them for like, $15, $20. This one was $10. But the battery was cracked. And that's all it had, was just the camera and the battery. Which means I'd have to buy a charger, and I probably need a new battery because old batteries don't usually work with these. All the success I have with point and shoot cameras where old batteries will work, that's the opposite with these handy cams. The batteries don't work. So you got to get a new one of those. And that was going to be like $35 all in to get a charger and a new battery for a camera that may or may not work. So I was like, I want to buy this, but don't. And I walked away. So those are some things to think about when you're thrifting. Profits, not projects, and don't buy just to be buying, or you're going to get burned. And you got to have those guidelines in place so that you're staying on track, but sometimes it feels like you're working against yourself, but they're there for a reason. So until next time, happy thrifting.
If you are an eBay reseller or thinking of becoming one because of debt, you should check out the Financial Acumen course, as seen on World Business with Kathy Ireland. The Financial Acumen course is designed to teach you all the things you never learned about money, debt, and investments in school, but should have. It teaches you how to take control of your finances with proven principles and strategies to get out of debt and build your retirement nest egg for a wealthy lifestyle. The course is fully narrated and includes videos and animations along with exercises and assignments that are supported by a downloadable workbook. And I spent an afternoon discussing it with supermodel turned businesswoman Kathy Ireland. You can see that conversation over at yourdebtfreefuture.com. The course is not giving financial advice. It is simply teaching concepts that will supercharge your financial literacy and make you more money savvy. To get started, head over to yourdebtfreefuture.com. Until next time, happy thrifting.